Hello my fashion friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about relationship advice. I know, totally out of left field. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that this is mainly a fashion channel, but I was asked in the comments of one of my videos about relationship advice. Now for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm married. I've been with my husband for about 8 years, been married for almost 2, and I'm happily married. I think that I'm in a very successful marriage, and therefore I have backing to be able to give advice. But the advice I'm going to be talking about today is mainly about gaining perspective and how to stay happy in your current relationship, because I think that a lot of times we get sucked into social media, and we get sucked into rom-coms, and we think that relationships should be a certain type of way. And you know, on social media and in romantic comedies, they, you know, portray like the best of the best. Especially on social media, you always see couples that are lovey-dovey and going on vacation and being so happy. And in romantic comedies, you see, you know, that the man is doing like these grand gestures for love, and he's just doing all these great things for the woman, you know. And that's all well and good if that's real. If that is what your relationship is like, then cool. But for me, that's not what my relationship is like. For me, I think personally that there is a grand gesture myth. And what I mean by that is people think that in order to show love, you have to do like these grand gestures for someone. You have to, you know, write their name in the sky or something, or you have to buy them 100 roses, or you have to take them on these lavish trips and helicopter rides, and you know, all these grandiose things, you know, which are all well and good. But I don't think that that is what you really need in order to be happy in a relationship. For me, I'm very grounded in my relationship. I normally don't like to talk about my relationship because it's very sacred to me, and that's why you haven't really seen my husband in a lot of my videos, is because it's personal to me. You know, I like to keep our relationship between he and I, because we are the only ones in the relationship. And I love him so much, and I like to keep that behind closed doors, because I don't want to feel outside pressure for our relationship to be something that it doesn't need to be. So that's why I keep him near and dear to my heart only. And just because he's not on my videos, and he's not all over my Facebook, and he's not all over my Instagram, doesn't mean that he's not there. I really like to keep him sacred in my heart, and I'm getting emotional because I love my husband so much. So I'd like to keep him just with me, okay? But anyways, enough of that. And he's not coming into this video, so don't think that. So I would say that just to keep perspective and know that small, meaningful gestures are just as worthy and just as fabulous as these grandiose gestures as well. Some small things that my husband does for me that I really, really appreciate, and no one else sees these things. It's just me. Sometimes, because he knows that my feet get really cold, my hands and feet are always so cold. So what he'll do sometimes is he'll take socks and he'll run them in the dryer for like 10 minutes, and then he'll pull them out of the dryer, and then he will slip the socks on my feet just so my feet can be warm. I mean, that is such a small gesture, but it means everything to me. Like, and no one sees that, you know, it's just me, but I know that he really loves me when he does something like that. Another thing that my husband does is he'll check in with me. Like he goes out of town a lot, and so when he's out of town, he'll check in with me, like how his day was, or he'll let me know like when he'll be coming home. And even when he's in town and he's at work, or he is running errands or hanging out with his guy friends or something, he'll be like, hey baby, you know, just let you know that everything's going well here. I'll be home in X amount of time. And you know, we're going to this bar next. Like, he'll just check in with me periodically during the night or during the day to let me know, like, to make sure that everything's okay. So I don't have to worry about him or worry about what's going on. And if, like, for example, he told me he'll be home in an hour, but an hour has passed and he's still not home, he'll text me or call me and say, hey baby, I'm running kind of late, you know, here's what's happening, but I'll be home soon or whatever, you know. So he'll check in with me just to let me know what's going on with that. Other things he does is he'll tell me that I'm beautiful with no makeup on. When my wig is off, I got no makeup on, I got acne scars all over my face. You know, he'll tell me that I'm absolutely the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. I'm rocking some PJs. I'm not even anything sexy. It's just regular old PJs. He'll tell me that I'm sexy. But also when we go out and we get all dolled up, when we go to like a party or we go to like a nice dinner or something, you know, he'll tell me that I'm beautiful and then he'll kiss me on the forehead or something. So a lot of that means a lot to me too. So he's not doing anything that's big and grandiose, but it's these small meaningful gestures that really mean a lot to me. He will rub my feet sometimes. Whenever I tell him my feet are hurting, he'll rub my feet, or he will schedule like couples massages for us to go to. He'll cuddle with me on Saturday mornings when we're just chilling in bed when we wake up. He'll cuddle with me in bed or something, or we will just sit on the couch and watch Netflix movies together, or we'll sit on the couch and he'll be playing his video games. He loves playing a lot of online video games, and I'm like editing a YouTube video, or I'm watching YouTube videos or something. Just simply doing that, hanging out together as well. Try to find small meaningful gestures that your partner does for you and really celebrate that, you know what I mean? Just because it's nothing grand, just because it's nothing that is public, or it's not something that is Instagram worthy or whatever, that's okay. In my opinion, I think that's a lot better than having to kind of act for the world, to have to perform for the world. In my opinion, I think a lot of these videos that you see that show like the husband doing something so grand and big is all for show. Anything for views, okay? Hashtag anything for views. For me, I never post anything like that on social media because that is sacred between he and I want to keep it that way. So, you know, this video is probably the most public thing I've ever said about my husband, and this may be like one of the only most public things I say about my husband, because like I said, I like to keep things sacred between he and I. But I mean, the main takeaway from this video is just to really try to find things that your husband or your partner does for you that is worth celebrating. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Does he, you know, run a bath for you if you've had a long day? Does he, you know, put your hair up in a ponytail if you've had surgery? Or does he open the car door for you? My husband opens the car door for me all the time. Does he, I mean, just anything that you can think of, and say thank you to your husband for doing that. Say thank you to him for doing those small little things, just to let him know that you really appreciate these things he's doing. You're not taking him for granted. Like I try to tell my husband, like, I love you so much and I'm so appreciative of everything that you do for me and this family. And you know, my husband works so hard for this family. He's out of town a lot. He's working for us, you know, for me and our fur babies and everything. And he just is like, he is like the best husband I could ever ask for. And I just love him so much. And so just think about things that your husband does for you. People always say the grass is greener on the other side. In my opinion, I think the grass is greener where you water it. The grass may look really green on the other side, but have you ever stopped to think about the reason why the grass is so green is because the owner of that grass is watering it, and he's taking care of it, and he's nurturing it. That's why the grass looks so green. If you water your own grass and fertilize your grass and nurture your grass and take care of your grass could look just as green as your neighbor's grass. So don't go looking across the fence to see the green grass on the other side and forget to figure out how your grass can be just as green. That's what works for me in my marriage. Everyone's marriage is different. Everyone has their own dynamics. But for me, I think that really helps me gain perspective, and it really keeps me content and happy in my marriage. So hopefully that helps you guys, and hopefully that kind of helps you gain perspective on that as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, that's great. If you guys would like me to give more of my perspective on what I think helps cultivate a healthy marriage, then I would be more than happy to do so. Maybe with more of a specific question, not a general question. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was different, but I just kind of wanted to put it out there since I was asked. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel as well. Normally this is a fashion channel, so if you like fashion, I think you will enjoy this channel. But subscribe, like this video, comment down below. I would love to interact with you guys in the comments as well. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, please come back in a timely fashion.